We welcome you back to America's Forum right here on Newsmax TV. I'm John Bachman, alongside Miranda Khan. JD has stepped off the set for a second. He'll be back very shortly. We had a lot of stories to discuss here. Give folks an update on what's going on around the world and here at home. Let's get started with a Newsmax Now update. Well, new details continue to emerge surrounding the death of comedian Robin Williams, the Academy Award-winning actor. Investigators are now looking at the last 9 months of Williams' life. This after the California Marin County Sheriff's Office released grim details of that suicide during a news conference yesterday. Police hope this will all help piece together what exactly led to the actor's suicide, maybe prevent other suicides as well. Last month, Williams checked himself into a rehab facility after working on a project for 18 weeks straight. The comedic genius often spoke about his struggles with substance abuse throughout his life. However, his latest battle was with depression, a severe bout of it, of course. Police say it's still too soon to know exactly why Williams decided to take his life.
Some are criticizing the owners of the Empire State Building for showing what they say are their true colors. Managers for the Empire State Building recently declined to light up the building in gold in a show of support to cure pediatric cancer. The request came from the father of that 5-year-old boy that you saw there a minute ago, who's suffering from cancer. This according to MyFox New York. The Empire State Building, however, did light up the sky in blue last night to announce the coming of the Democratic National Convention to New York City. Detroit is slowly starting to dry out today. This after the city was soaked by severe storms. Take a look. Many parts of the Metro Detroit area are still a wet and muddy mess. It was virtually impossible to drive through some of the roads after the storm dumped more than 6 inches of rain. The downpour stranded hundreds of drivers. Police divers were actually called in to search flooded roads. Detroit's mayor says his cash-strapped city might need state or federal funds to help finish the cleanup.
Well, if you haven't heard about this yet, you need to come out from underneath that rock you're living under. Something called the Ice Bucket Challenge is bringing floods of donations into the ALS Foundation. ALS, often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease. But if you've seen social media, if you've seen your Facebook feed, your Twitter feed, you've probably seen videos just like the ones we have on the screen right here. People dumping buckets of ice-cold water on their heads and other parts of their bodies. The challenge involves people tossing or posting those videos to the internet and then nominating others, some of their friends, to do the same thing. Now, if you fail to meet the challenge, you are asked to pay $100 to the ALS charity of your choice. If you do complete the challenge, you're encouraged to donate $10. Now, here's the cool part about all this. The ALS Foundation, the association I should say, says it has received more than $2 million since this campaign first started. That compared to some $25,000 it raised during the same time period.
Love that. Last year.
And ALS, it's just an incredibly sad disease where people do not lose function of their minds, but they lose control of their faculty, their ability, their digits and everything. It's just very sad, and it's been very poorly funded. Research has been very poorly funded, so hopefully this will
really
catch on.
Help.
I have not been challenged myself yet, but I imagine the ice bucket cometh very soon.
Put him to the challenge. What do you think?
I have no choice. You have to do it.
Yeah.
One guy who did accept the challenge is New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. He got in on the action yesterday and called out some of his friends on his Facebook page. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and I am accepting the Pete Frady's ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Before I do, I want to let you know that I am going to nominate 3 additional people to accept the challenge. So here it comes. United States Senator Cory Booker, Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon, and Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg.
There you have Christie. I don't know. What do you think, Miranda? You think that bucket
was cold enough?
Was cold enough, acceptable in size?
I could tell what you were thinking about. I thought he did a pretty nice job.
Yeah, I think it looked a little bit bigger on the screen than.
Maybe he's just a tough guy. He can handle it.
You would think so. Christie has that tough guy mentality, so you would expect him to step up to the plate on something like this. Also, interesting choice of 3 people to call out: Cory Booker, the New Jersey senator. Some folks say the two have a kind of a political man crush going on between the two of them.
Mark Zuckerberg. The Kennedy family actually did it too.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg being called out there. We'll see. You think he might post his on Facebook? What do you know?
We'll and John Bachman was called out on that?
I have not been called out. I think you have to be called out officially on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Or
everybody get
media.
on your Facebook account right now, John Bachman. Challenge him.
Anyway, one guy we can call out, maybe, if I get called out, he might be on my list, is Ed Berliner, who's joining us now from the Newsmax TV newsroom. Ed, are you staying dry on this? Or do you feel like I do, it's just going to happen sooner or later?
It'll happen sooner or later, I have no fear. However, I have no fear of it because with TV hair, it'll stay in place perfectly, so I'm fine with it. Just come on, when you've been doing it a long time. And John, you too, I think your hair would probably not move an inch. Miranda's, though, I have doubts about it.
Yeah,
I have doubts.
I'm
We'll call you out.
with on that.
Don't worry about it.
It'll happen. It'll happen. And tell us what's ahead on Midpoint today.
All right, coming up today, former New York City Police Commissioner Bernard Kerik joins us to deal with the very serious issue of ISIS coming to America and the major cities here that they may indeed target. New York is certainly always on the top of the list of the terrorists. What is the reality of voter fraud? A professor actually did the numbers and ran it, and he found out some things that are going to have people talking. Political analyst Dick Morris, he will dig into the Hillary hugging tour, of course. Is it past time for us to stop trying to put Iraq together and just realize that it works better if you just basically let the country break up? The filmmaker who crossed the Rio Grande as Osama bin Laden, he will be here to talk about his next project as well. And in telling it like it is it past time for America and the world to really seriously consider and what they will do that is necessary in order to protect ourselves from a growing terrorist threat? Again, we have to go back to ISIS. It is a big story around the world. It's all coming up and a whole lot more. Noon Eastern time right here on Midpoint.
Certainly is that it'll be interesting to get Bernie Kerik's take on what happened in New York with the Brooklyn Bridge. We're now hearing it was German artists behind that.
He will be talking about a number of things, including the chokehold in New York as well.
Good stuff. We'll see you then, Ed. Midpoint follows America's Forum right here on Newsmax TV. We're back with more. J.D. Hayworth will be back here on the set. We'll look forward to that. Stay tuned.